Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks. I have a group of fantastic little games here coming up for you, and the one that I hinted at last time, which is easily my one of my best games that I've ever played so far. I think it might actually be my top game, even better than the Fudgesicle one that I had a while ago, where I scored a crap ton of kills. I think it was 9 or 10 kills in that one. I have a pretty awesome one that I managed to pull off. But anyway, right now we're focused on what's easily becoming one of my favorite tier 8 tanks, the KV-4. This thing is straight up no joke. It can take a hit, it can dish out damage, it's pretty fast moving if you throw on the I don't know what it's called exactly, the speed governor there. And then otherwise, I like it. I absolutely love the thing. I really have yet to find a fault with it at all. I mean, it's one of my best performers by and large. And I mean, I just overall enjoy it. It really plays my playstyle, which is very aggressive. Being able to pop out there, take some hits, dish out a lot of damage, and not have to worry about hiding and running away, and so on and so forth. So, this really is one of those tanks where you can exploit, you know, things that normal people wouldn't be able to, and that's what I really prefer. I think that the Russian mediums and Russian heavies really suit my, my tastes, so to speak. But, you know, everyone's open to their own interpretation and their own way of playing things, but this one just suits me pretty well, and I really enjoy my time with it. So hopefully it doesn't go away for a little while. Not looking forward to getting the ST1 because I'm enjoying this one a little too much. But with that said, I'm also looking forward to starting up some new tanks, as I'm sure you all are as well, because I've been playing a lot of the same tanks over and over, and I've actually cashed in on quite a few new tanks. I have it just ended up picking up that Panther 2. I have the SU-101 sitting around waiting to be used. Just stuff like that I've been holding off on. I'm probably going to pick up the French artillery, which is on sale now as well, because I should be all wrapped up with all my other artillery. So I just want to yeah, move on to some new stuff here in a bit, but you know, I want to wrap up some of the old stuff before I do. I don't want to sit there and put too much on my plate. But you know, it's one of those things where you have to really hold yourself back, because yeah, during this whole 5 times experience weekend that was going on just a little bit ago, it was a little rough not running the stuff that I haven't played yet, because I mean, it's 5 times experience, why wouldn't you? But I really had to hold myself to it and say, you know what, I don't want to touch them just as a matter of principle until I'm ready. But I did get a chance to run my tier 10s, and it's been a while since I did some of those big damage dealers. And it's really fun when you see those high numbers roll up and you start bouncing shells left and right. Pretty similar to basically this thing in this match. So a lot of it does come into being able to do a little bit of finesse and reading of the teams. You can't just go out there and think that you're invulnerable and you're never going to get hit or touched, and you really got to pick and choose your targets wisely and aim. The most important thing is aiming, because just because you're a solid, you know, tank doesn't mean you can't screw up and get caught out in the open, or your team doesn't somehow desert you, or you don't get a, you know, bad bounce or anything like that. That's a lot of things I've been struggling with, is making sure that I really play to my skill, really take that split-second aim just a little bit better, make sure I score a hit that I know is going to penetrate, instead of just taking the shot that I'm not too sure on. Especially things like the IS-3 there. I know I should have aimed differently. I should have aimed right at that headlight, because I had a perfect flat angle on it. Would have easily crushed through it and been able to do some damage, but instead I'm going to have to satisfy myself with a bounce off the turret. So, it happens, not a big deal. You just pick yourself and keep moving on. Hopefully it doesn't hurt you in the end. But a little bit of teamwork also goes a long way, because then you can pull your shots a little better, you can work with each other. You can also call out if you're going to hit something when you're reloading, when you need cover, if you need someone to even take a hit from you. Because a lot of times you might not be able to take an additional hit, and you'll get yourself killed if you don't do it properly. Now, I shot the wall there by accident, thinking I was going to hit him with a sneak shot there. Sadly, this T-32 is doing his best to give me a little bit of trouble while I'm trying to hit some tanks. But, you know what, I figure, yeah, go for it. You can finish him off. I'll go after this 59 there. That way I'm not wasting a shot. You can get that kill there, and I'll go after something else. Of course, I'm going back to base, and he gets in my way real quick, because I know that, know we're getting pushed a little hard on the A line there, the A-B line. Why was I actually heading back to base? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm trying to wonder what I was doing. So I'm heading back to base, but why? Why am I going back to base? I'm not sure, because there's 3 tanks right there. We're pushing into their cap. Oh, because the T-26. That's why. Now it appeared. Yeah, there's no one defending the base, so I volunteered I would head back. That's why. Got a little confusing there for a minute. Yeah, someone has to go back and take care of the Super Persian because no one else is. Everybody is a little bit tied up with things. The Hummel's back there, but he luckily got a nice reset. But after all, it is a Super Pershing. He can probably take out that Hummel, no sweat. So I really need to get back there and start defending pretty well. In other words, or otherwise, there we go. We're going to start losing out on cap, and they might outcap us by the time we get anything back there. And also the simple fact that we have the opportunity of them coming back to stop our cap. So I need to stop this guy, which, you know, right then and there I did take him off a little bit. Now I just got to focus fire him down, deal with him in a from the front, which is not exactly the easiest. There's a few weak spots on the Super Pershing. Obviously those little pillars there up on top of his turret. And then, of course, right underneath those cheek plates is another soft spot. Otherwise, you got to aim at the sides to really get anywhere. And there you have it. He took a nice, lovely hit to finish him off. And there's not too much left. Just an IS. Ooh, no, they did end up clearing off our guys who were in the center. Apparently, we pulled back a little bit there, or not in the center, but on the 1-2 flank. They pulled back and ended up getting shot up. And as you can see there, the Indian Panzer is over here. But that T-32 is about to get it from both the IS and the Indian Panzer, which is leaving me to take care of them all, which not too big of a deal, but I can easily handle them. Especially that IS who's put down to 1 shot thanks to the last shot that T-32 was able to put out for me, so he actually helped me out a lot. Now I just have to take care of this Indian Panzer, which shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, it's one of the more bouncy tanks I've come up against. It's actually a fantastic little medium, so it does require pretty precise and careful aiming, but luckily the shell penetration on a T-30 or KV-4 is good enough. I can usually go through them no problem, especially if I can aim just directly at that hole. The turret there was another problem. So there you have it, good little game, and yeah, right about 4,000 damage. So let's go ahead and check out the stats there, and we'll move on to a tier 10 after that. So there you have it, fantastic little game, and as I take a look here at the personal score, we see I scored a little bit under 50, right about 54,000 credits, 9,210 experience, that's times 5, so we'll actually see the total amount earned in the team score, but that's later to come. As you can see there, I damaged a good chunk of people, pretty much about a little over half the team. Not too shabby for a little KV-4 that usually people think is just slow and can't really do too much. But hey, I'm not arguing. It's a rarity to get that thing up and moving. And you know, when you combine the largest engine in there and then you throw on the speed governor or remove the speed governor, that really helps kick it into gear. And if it just goes straight, you'll actually keep up with most heavies. Not necessarily any mediums, no way, but you'll do pretty well. It's not a bad tank at all. But otherwise, I got Steel Wall there. I got Brothers in Arms because my teammate there was able to get some kills with me. It was also very good on his part too. He was swinging around that prototype, able to get some kills. We were working together pretty well. We were communicating, which is of course the key thing there. If you communicate, that really makes all the difference in the world, and that's pretty much what we did. Able to communicate, able to make things work, and when we did so, we were, you know, able to call out our targets. We were able to communicate that one of us needs to head back, and I said I would because I'm faster. And of course, because of that, we were able to just make things work and pull out the victory from what probably would have been a defeat had I not headed back to take care of the Super Pershing and the Indian Panzer and the other guy that was back there too, the IS. So I ended up getting Sniper because I placed a vast majority of my shots. I think I hit all but one. Yeah, 15 out of 16, so not too bad, 94%. So again, I've absolutely fell in love with this tank. It's a great tank after all. I mean, it's great at taking hits, it's great on the move, it's actually a really powerful gun with great pin, and lo and behold, it's very accurate. So let's go ahead and take a look at the teams. We see that right there, I earned right about 12,000 experience, or not 12,000 experience, that'd be insane. 1,200 experience, which is not bad at all, and of course when that's multiplied by 5, we get the 9,000 that I got. Well, that is, of course, with all the bonus modifiers for being a premium account. But anyway, and we see that I did 3,700 damage. Fantastic little game. And there's Nick with his 1,500 damage and 800 experience. Not a bad game for him either. We were able to support each other very effectively, and we definitely earned that Brotherhood in Arms, making it really work for us. As we take a look at the detailed report, we see that we made up about 4,200 damage against me, taking a total of 14 shots that to my poor little tank there. Didn't really sustain much damage though overall. Ended up grabbing about 40 base defense points, and as I said earlier, about 95% hit rate. So otherwise, scored about half of my credits back as after taxes, and as you see there, all the multiplications of everything earned me 9,200 experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of those tier 10s that I rarely get to play, because I figured I'd play them during the times 5 weekend to go ahead and utilize them. So let's go take a look at one of the ones that I normally don't recommend. Alright, so we take a look at the E100. It's a magnificent little tank that slowly has gone into a decline in terms of popularity, simply because there's much better performers in the tier 10 market than the E100, and the gun on it really is kind of lacking. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't have the penetration that most tanks normally have. It really doesn't have, does have a great punch when it does actually go through, but without that penetration, it really can't do nearly as much as, let's say, an E5 or an E4 or even an IS7 or IS4. It just, in the, how should I word this properly? Most of the German tier 10 heavies, well, the two German tier 10 heavies, the Maus and the E100, just don't seem to be able to keep up with all the other tier 10s that are out there, especially in terms of their damage output and everything else. Yeah, while they actually can take quite a hit and have a decent amount of hit points, they just lack that firepower to really make them sustainable. They really need to at least have other people with them. They certainly can't operate on their own. Just a lot of, you know, it's personal preference again, but in my preference, I've seen better. So we see right here, we're looking at an IS7. I'm actually able to go right through them and doing, like I said, that massive punch of 800 is just typical of this sort of tank, which is fantastic when you actually do get that hit in, but needless to say, it's not exactly a commonality to have that happen. So we're going to have to go ahead and wait until he pops that back up. It's not as easy to pin that IS7 as I made it look, because we got to deal with a certain little, there's very few weak spots in the IS7 from the front, obviously the headlights, but this tank requires them to be at a very certain angle with which to utilize that, otherwise I'm going to run into trouble and not be able to actually pin very well. I'm going to probably bounce off the front most times. You really have to be careful, make those shots count, really aim, and especially that T26, he was actually side-facing, which was a bad idea for him. Of course, I was able to get right through it. I almost didn't even hit him, as you saw there. That shell almost hit the ground. And this thing has such a long reload time that you really need to make those shots count. Because if you miss and you don't have anyone to back you up, it's really going to hurt because you can't reload. It takes about 12 to 15 seconds, depending on gear and crew training, to get another shell in that cannon. Whereas a lot of tanks can reload between 8 and 10. So they're going to hit you twice during your one shot. So it's not as easy as it sounds, and you've got to make sure that they count if you're running this type of tank. And again, it's not very good penetration-wise, so you really got to know your weak spots in the tank that you're aiming for. HE is not bad, and even the gold on this tank is a little better, but of course, it's not exactly the most recommended thing to go and throw gold ammunition out of a E100. It's pricey, to say the least. On top of the simple fact that it doesn't have that good of pin. So we see here that the T62 made a critical error. It's worth taking the hit because he accidentally slid down here right into the open here. Didn't really plan that, I'm sure. He kind of screwed himself there. So he's going to hit me for not too much. I'm able to sit there and take the hits all day long. But that little love tap there actually puts him in a one-shot range for me. He gets lit on fire. I don't bother to shoot him because we have my buddy Lane over there able to take him out with the Maus by setting him on fire. But I had the follow-up shot just in case he didn't set him on fire. So that one worked out perfectly. And of course the two of us supporting each other like this is awesome. Sadly that T-34 going right through me hurt me for a giant portion of my health. I had to take a look there to see where he hit me, and it was from my front arc, obviously. He hit me down below. Running that Maus and the E100 together, it's not bad. Could be a little worse, but I'm not arguing with it. Just have that IS-7 to deal with because that T-34 got waxed by the GW. So now we kind of want to eke him out around the bend. We don't want to go and fight him in the open where they have their artillery if we can avoid it. But we also know that we're starting to flank around them. They have an IS-7 on top of the hill, which isn't really going to do too much since he's up on the hill. He kind of screwed himself up there because you got to lean down the hill in order to shoot anything with that tank. And in order to do that, he's going to expose himself to top shots, or side shots are easy to penetrate shots, needless to say. He's not going to bounce much, so he pretty much screwed himself there. Now we know that the IS-7 took a shot there at that IS-3, and he took a shot again for the kill. And so I went for the kill shot there, but as you just saw, bounced right off that front. And that again talks to the whole needing to aim perfectly in order to make sure it counts and works. So luckily he bounces off me, and I give him a nice little love tap thanks to the assist again from Lane in order to kill off the IS-7. And again, I got lucky that he bounced off me, but also that artillery did hit me for a good chunk. Now that Leopard 1 went down there to go and try and hit me. I held that shot a little too long because, as you notice there, I bounced my my mouse briefly and that offset it. Otherwise, I could have finished him off before he was able to hit me, putting me down to 400. So I would have still had another 300 hit points, but I still got the kill off on him. He really did screw himself by tracking himself on that hill, but I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get down there and, you know, stop us. Sadly, he was not going to be able to do it no matter what he did. Now, we got this one Lorraine 155-51 stuck behind this house. There wasn't really a shot there I wanted to take. I was going to wait. So he pokes around. Don't know why. I guess he was going to try and dirt me and hope for the best. But I already had the shot lined up. I was waiting because I knew that I was not about to take a shot without knowing I was going to hit and kill him. Otherwise, he would have been able to come around that bend and dirt me. And that would have been very bad. So I held my shot on purpose. Again, going back to the hole, with a E100... you really have to wait and make sure you're going to hit and penetrate before you shoot. If you snapshot, you're running that risk of not being able to do too much, and you're running that risk that you're going to open yourself up to get wounded and killed. So, sitting on 3 kills, I'm going to be safe here. Gilly's coming up behind me with his JP E100, who has full health. And of course, we still have Lane over here, who has the mouse at a little over half health. So, we're just buying time because I know that there's a nice little GW sitting here looking at us, and he's just waiting for us to pop up there because he'll go and kill me easily. So we're going to let the E100 and the JP E100 go first, and the mouse. They'll either take the hit or be able to take the shot before I have to deal with him. There he is. He's going to have to shoot through the boxes to get me. Lane has a great shot, takes it, wipes him out. That leaves just that IS way down there who finally got off the hill, but he's a little too late to help. At this point, it's just a cap out for us. Sitting here at 3,000 damage, it's always nice to see those big numbers pop up. Gilly waxing that, what was that thing, the T-34 earlier, which was fantastic. But myself, I'm sitting here with, like I said, 3,000 damage. It's awesome when you see those numbers. And of course, when you're doing, you know, between 500 and 800 damage in a hit, it's just awesome that you see that sort of number pop up. And, you know, it's a nice little confidence boost and fun. But otherwise, we cap it out there, and that leaves us to go to the score screen as soon as it ends. Alright, so I'll go through this one really quick because I know you guys want to see the video I've been hinting at for the past couple days here. The nice little magical game of Destiny that I have sitting in my box here. Okay, enough chit-chat. Anyway, the JP100, or not JP100, I wish. The E100, rather, doing pretty well. You know, dishing out a good, what was that, 3,000 damage, earning myself, what, 6,700 experience and 60,000 credits. Nothing spectacular there, just hitting a bunch of folks, spotting, and of course, getting some kills. And not much in the way of damage, or hits, rather. Only 7 shots placed, 6 of them hitting. Nothing spectacular. Let's go ahead and look at the team score. We see that my team, between the mouse and myself, we did a great amount of damage, followed shortly by Gilly and his JPE 100. I sat up on the top of the mountain there, of course, with damage. Out damaging by what looks like 200 damage, so less than a shot. Not the best experience, but not too shabby either. I will take it. So we'll go ahead and hop into the detailed report. This is ultra quick here, as you can tell. And I sustained enough to earn me Steel Wall. 4,320 with 10 hits. But by the looks of it, I don't know who would have gotten Steel Wall over me. I don't know why I didn't get Steel Wall, actually, now that I think of it. Did I get Steel Wall? No, I didn't. So if I took 10 hits and I received 4,000 damage, Why didn't I get steel wall unless I need to take 11 hits? I don't know. Oh yeah, because artillery doesn't count. That's why those hits were from artillery. So yeah, needed to get hit by more peoples normally. Anywho, not a big deal. So damage from spotting was about 2,000, so combined for about 5,000 damage entirely, and captured a little bit of the base. So overall ended out with 22,000 credits after taxes. Not too bad, about a half split. Would have been a far worse had I been shooting more ammunition. So I'm happy I only shot the 7 rounds that I did, otherwise I'd be hurting. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle I've been teasing about, shall we? I know I made this one super quick, so let's go.
Let's get this show on the road.
So, I've held this game in my pocket for quite a while now, actually. I think it was about, well, a while, like 5 days to 7 days, so about a week, give or take. But anyway, this is excellent communication at its finest. Sitting here, Syraxis and I were like, where do we want to head in this? I really don't want to head north. I've always head north in this map. Tired of heading north. So we say, well, where's the other way that you head in this map? And that is south. So we're going to head south and defend against the dastardly people who decide to try and take Cap and stuff like that. So what happens? We start heading south. He has the BL-10. I have the 5100. Which I'm still in the progress of learning this tank. It is easily not my best tank. It is probably one of my weakest tanks. I get too aggressive in it sometimes, and it's still one of those, really haven't wrapped my head around. I have a little bit here and there. I have my moments of brilliance, and then I have my moments of complete and utter miserable failure. But some days you get it, some days you don't. And, yeah, I mean, typically on this board, I head north. It's just my thing. I like to head north. I like to get in the mountains, and I like to trade shots back and forth. Trading shots is something that this tank can do, especially since it has a 3-second reload, but it really doesn't have the aim time with which to make use of that. It takes too long to aim in after your shot, and it takes too long to repeat. Does not have any armor with which to stand up and, you know, at least take a hit in between the 2 shots if needed. So, we already spot that one guy's down here, and figure, why not at least go around the bend, try and see what we can see. We got a KV-1S going in there. We got an easy 8 with us, so at least we have something to tap on him a bit, help reset the cap. I'm only going to try and sneak around a little bit, but I see the little Panther out here. He's my primary target, so I want to finish off guns in front of me first. I don't want to worry about too much. Don't want to get silly, go after things I can't deal with. So, missing a few shots here already. Trying to get this Panther, finally land one in him. Of course, now down to 3 shots left. Nail him again. It looks like damage-wise I'm able to take him out if I can continue to hit him. So one more shot here. Can I do it? No, leave him with 91 hit points. Not a big deal. Taking a few more hits than I want to, though. Syraxis has a shot lined up, and he finishes off the Panther there as I bounce one off my hull. As I communicate to him that, hey man, you just spent a lot of damage on one tank when you could have hit that Centurion, but no, not a big deal. I'm sitting here reloading anyway, and it's one gun off the field, as he told me later, which is not that big of a deal. We got that Centurion to deal with. He's ducking behind there because he doesn't want to take another hit from that BL-10. I don't think anyone actually ever wants to take a hit from a BL-10. And we just have a few things running around. I'm slowly loading, as you can see. Nothing yet. Syraxis misses a crucial shot that could have finished him off. So I run up here, I get ready to hit him. And of course he's going to duck in before I have the opportunity. So I don't go after that. I say that the 1390 is the bigger threat at the moment. Let's see if I can't finish him off. Sadly, the shell here misses when I had an opportunity. So get him that time, saving the easy 8 just in the nick of time. Leaving us with a King Tiger over here, a wounded Centurion, a 2801 just hanging out up there, lo and behold. Syraxis finishes off that Panther 2, which I wasn't even aware of until just now, that he was actually still around in there. But that's one less tank we have to deal with. I have the Centurion here, which I take another miss on. He takes a light hit. He's down to 36 hit points. I get the last shot in there. There we go, finishing him off. One shell left. I decided I'd go ahead and take the... let's see what I do. Actually, I do not remember. Seems as though we're alright. I go ahead and pop the reload, though. Not a big deal. Oh, yeah. So the Easy 8 commented that, thank you for saving him, because we saved him twice now. So... once with the 1390 and now with the Centurion. So at least he's acknowledging that we're helping him out. Not a big deal. It's kind of cool that, you know, getting props for helping him out. Just doing my duty there. So our 1S gets waxed. Nothing we can do there. The Tiger 2 takes a massive hit from the ISU's BL-10. Poor Easy 8's hiding the best he can. I don't know what he's going to do. You got that 2801 looking at you. You got the 3601 looking at you. And you got a Tiger 2 in there somewhere too. So the 2801 looks like he's the big threat. We have a Super Pershing by the looks of it coming in to assist. I wind in for this easy little shot here on the 2801. Want to take care of him first. He just stands still, luckily, making it easy for me. Finish him off, opens it up, so all we have to do is deal with the 36 here. I still got plenty of rounds to take care of him. See if I can't finish him off right quick. And there we go. Finish him off. And then that leaves us with the King Tiger over here. So again, saving the Easy 8. I am that man's guardian angel. And as you can see, we're starting to lose that north. Gilly's reporting to me that there's not a whole lot there. I sneak a shot into the top of that Tiger too. I didn't think I was going to have that. What really helped was Syraxis taking a shot down there and clearing out a building for me. Really opened up the lanes. Now I'm sitting up about 25,000 or 2,500 damage. 5 kills. Syraxis has 4 kills and probably a bucket load of damage as well because he's rocking a BL-10 and well, quite honestly, it's a BL-10. What do you think's going to happen when you hit somebody? It's going to wreck face. So we have the 25 AT. We're decided, you know what? They're all tied up in the north. We can go ahead and cap. We got 3 people. Not a big deal. We can make it happen. We just have to deal with a few things. All it's really going to come here is just a few measly things filtering in one at a time. We can easily polish it off. Just a 25. We got Syraxis. I told him not to come down here, or he voluntarily stood up on that hill because he knows he can better damage people coming at us with a sniper, well, more like a railgun right through them than if he was to come into the cap and have to, you know, try and knife fight around a building with that massive thing. So I lose Gilly up in the north. He's able to report to me what just happened, telling me what's going on and that we've lost some stuff up there. Nice, lovely BL-10 shot. Takes that 25 AT down, helps it out so that I can get off the cap to finish him off. Obviously, taking a hit that I didn't necessarily have to, but I wanted that kill. I also was trying to save our tanks. I went for the Top Gun, yeah, I admit it, but also in turn by rushing out there I prevent him from getting the defense points, which was going to be a problem. So we have a KV-4 coming at us. I decide not to reload yet. 4 is plenty for the moment, so I want to wait, not necessarily take some shots yet. Wait till I get a little better angle on him. Taking a shot there, as you saw, impacted the dirt. No use there. So I'm going to try and hide back here because I see that we're going to win in 10 seconds. Might as well just hold out the best I can. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, we're going to get this win. 5, 4, 3, he takes a hit from the Easy 8 of all things. Oh no! And a 59 nails him and kills him. So now we get back to 50 seconds of a cap time. So I figure, yeah, I can take out this 59 real quick here. Not too hard. Right like that, leaving me with 1 shell. I can deal with stuff. The ISU 152 finishes off the KV-4, and we're in good shape. Now 3 and 7. So all that we have to deal with is just the Tiger P, the T-26, the FCM, and the JT, which all are too far away to help. At least I'm thinking they are. So lo and behold, now I'm reloading, which is something that I need to do because I know anything else is going to be bad news bears for me. We have that 50 ET looking at me, the FCM. We got that JT88 also looking at me. Thankfully, Syraxis weaves that shot right into the FCM, taking him out for me. Lo and behold, I had a nice side shot on that JT88. Couldn't pull the trigger. Didn't have the ability. Nothing you can do when you're sitting there with a cannon that's reloading. But, lo and behold, here we go. Up to my full capacity. Now I just need to wait for him to come around and deal with him then. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. So we have to just hold our time. Hopefully the 30 seconds is all we need. I have Syraxis watching our back because I know that I don't want to face anything I don't have to. Rather cap if we can here. So Syraxis is going to need to take some shots at that Super Pershing if he can. Hopefully knock him down or kill him if we can before he gets here to cap. Again, 12 seconds to cap. Counting it down, we can easily win. I'm hidden, I'm not going to get hit. There's no way in heck I'm going to get killed. Syraxis nails the Super Pershing, and lo and behold, what happens? Our Super Pershing takes a hit. So, I'm taking the shots over the ridge here, trying to hit the Super Pershing, and lo and behold, I finish him off. So, having to reset again, 40 more seconds on the cap. I'm now up to 8 kills. We have this Tiger P. He's dueling it out with Syraxis. We also have the JT88 that we have to deal with. Now, no damage still to that Tiger P. Tiger P is still a valid target. Nothing really news on him yet. Still biding my time because it's 20 seconds till we get that cap off. Now, of course, 19 seconds, getting it close again, and I recognize that it just isn't going to happen. Of course, 13 seconds, but we're going to take that hit from the JT88. It's just easier to pull off the cap right now. It's easier to deal with him from behind than to take the hit from the front. Already getting ready to wrap it up there, and lo and behold, the JT88 doesn't turn to face me. He faces the Super Pershing, which is a critical error, because I'm able to just land all these shots on him, taking him out. I go ahead and force the reload because I know that I'm going to need a full ammunition to take care of that T-26. I have 9 kills. The Super Pershing's over there. I'm just buying my time until I fully reload. It's going to be easy for him to kill us, though. I don't have much in the way of hit points. Only 1 or 2 shots from the Super Pershing can take me out. They're actually tied in hit points. I'm going to swing wide, hoping to get around to the flank. Ooh, sorry, not Super Pershings. The T-26 versus the Tiger P, rather. Of course, the Super Pershing can have some trouble if he doesn't aim properly, but he should be alright. And of course, the Tiger P has a great cannon for accuracy-wise, so he can take some nice shots at that Super Pershing. I fully load. It's time to cruise in there and take out this Tiger P before we have any other issues. So we're going to cruise in here. Super Pershing hits him, takes him down to 1 shot for me for show. I'm running in there. So we'll see if the Tiger P gets killed. No, the Super Pershing does not kill him. I'm able to swing to the side here, hit him on the run. 10 kills. And right there, as you saw, the JT88 saying that he finally got to witness a 10-kill game. One of my best games ever, right there. 4,200 damage, 4,250 to be exact. Let's go take a look at that breakdown for a fantastic game. Heart beating out of my chest, communicating left and right, screaming back and forth to Syraxis, cover this flank, report to me the health of this tank. Let's go, do it, hit him one more time. And lo and behold, we pull it out. Let's go look at it. So there you have it, easily my best game to date. As you saw from the little preview snippet slash fuzzed out, blurred out image I showed you guys in the last video, I had 2 yellow stripes, and that is what they are. I earned mastery in the AMX 5100, and I also earned Pools Medal, my second one ever, and lo and behold, here you go, I got a steel wall on a 5100. That is silly, because a 5100 shouldn't be able to get steel wall. Everything under the sun can penetrate it. Even a tier 5, if it tries hard enough, can easily penetrate it. But I was able to bounce them, and I was able to get a steel wall. So, given in the fact that I earned Pools Medal, I also got Top Gun. Lo and behold, that was going to happen. And then, as you saw, I actually got Crucial Contribution. Because, as you saw in the final score, we were 1 kill short of getting every single thing on the battlefield. We almost killed everybody between our platoon. Just 1 guy got killed in the north. As you saw, I don't know if we could have been able to kill him or not. Not quite sure, but I'm going to take it. The simple fact that we killed almost everybody there, I damaged easily everyone there, except for 1 person maybe, or 2 people. But I'm not arguing. A total of 4,500 experience for a double. That wasn't even a quintuple. That was a double. And 50,000 credits, which is nothing fantastic, especially since I shot a ton in this game. But again, my second Pools Medal ever and a mastery. I am doing fantastic, and apparently French is my natural calling. Who knew? Because the 2 tanks that get Pools Medal in, French and French. And here I kept saying, oh, the French are terrible, I'm not good with them, they don't suit my playstyle, I'm aggressive, and they're not for aggressive people. Lo and behold, it worked out because I just bit my tongue and tried it, and yeah, as you see there, results speak for themselves. Great little game. Hell, I almost got Sniper by the looks of it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the team score there, and we'll see just what happened. Even though I have double +2 the amount of kills that Syraxis has, he has an extra 1,000 damage on me. That's the power of a BL-10, and that's the power working together, saying, give me the report of how much damage is left on this tank. take a shot at him. Okay, he's down to 200. You focus on new target. I'll finish him off, relocate, and we'll keep moving like that. So all that communication, syncing together, working together, we were able to make it all work, and we were able to pull that together. That was excellent communication on our part. I really got to hand it to Syraxis for being able there to assist me with all those kills, being able to, you know, place those shots, take the kills he needed to take so that we had a better flank and a better angle. And eventually, sadly, he got nixed when he was trying to take out that Tiger P. Nothing he can do about that one. But lo and behold, fantastic match between the two of us. Communication was the key on that one. If it wasn't for us relaying the positions, relaying the health of tanks to each other, relaying when we're reloading and who's firing at what target, and if we need to swap targets so that I can actually burn down a person because I have more rounds and he needs to nail a person who's close to full health to whittle him down for me. It's one of those things where communication made the game, and if it wasn't for it, then there wouldn't have been a game. We would have suffered a loss there. Thank God that Syraxis and I worked together perfectly on that one. We were synced up. It was almost, you know, it was a dream team right there. So, awesome game, perfect teamwork. And of course, Gilly, while he kind of got killed early, he was able to relay us information left and right up above when he was watching or taking on the guys up in the north. And of course, providing the second set of eyes when we were down in the south and he was dead. So his death was for not, or, you know, at least when he died, he still was able to contribute significantly by relaying extra information to us. And that's something essential in this game, is that sort of information pass through back and forth. Let's go ahead and take a look at the detailed report just to see the little fine details there. We see nothing surprising, 27 shots fired, 21 hits, only 1 bouncing. So not too shabby. Damage-wise, 22, or 4250 rather, damage. Hits received 11 for 2,000 damage. So I got lucky that I bounced 1 or 2 there. Was able to survive, getting, again, steel wall and a French tank. Rarity. So, otherwise, enemies detected just 1, damaging 11 enemies, killing 10. The only one I didn't kill that I damaged was that Panther way back at the very beginning when Syraxis took him off the field. Not a big deal there. Base capture points ended up with 2, which was just me getting back on the cap to shoot the guy in the back. Otherwise, I don't know if we could have capped at that point in time when I had the 8 kills and the JT-88 was coming around. I figured it was not worth the risk. It'd be much easier. Hell, he could have hit me, either killed me, could have lit me on fire, could have just simply reset it so we had 0 points. It was much easier and much safer for me to know to just go around him and take him out from the back. So not a big deal there. And you see, credits earned, nothing. All that ammunition cost me a lot. After taxes, only walking away with 10,000 credits. Overall, as you can see here, 2,200 experience is what I ended up with without it being doubled. Fantastic. Excellent, excellent game. Great communication. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed that little, my best game to date. I know I kind of was teasing at it for a while, and I hope it was worth the wait, guys. So, thank you for tuning into this episode of my Let's Play, and I will catch you guys in the next one.